Welcome to our daily YouTube session. The topic that we will be covering today is a part of economics. It is indirectly related to your UPI. We have covered UPI in one of our previous classes also. So, if you have any doubt with respect to what is UPI, you can go through that video. The topic, as we know that questions can be asked with respect to UPI, it is a part of your prelims preparation as well as can be asked with respect to your mains paper also. The topic is a push for mobile friendly lending. We will see why this particular topic was in news, okay, how it works, then what are the concerns with respect to its functioning. So, let us start with the topic. What does the news say? The news state that the Reserve Bank governor in an announcement stated that pre-sanctioned credit limit can be accessed through UPI. So, two things are very important here with respect to this news. First of all is your pre-sanctioned credit limit, and second thing is it can be accessed through UPI. Now, what you have to understand here is that credit can be availed or some sort of personal loan can be availed when you, just wait for a second, when you go to any bank, bank will see your collateral, the kind of property or kind of deposits you have with the bank, and on the basis of that collateral it will provide you with the particular loan. But this process differs from this bank process. How? First of all, as we know that basically UPI is an app which what we say merges various bank accounts into a single app. Now, through this app you will be given a pre-sanctioned credit limit with respect to kind of deposits you have in your digital app or somewhat, that has been not specifically outlined, but what has been stated is that you will be given a predefined credit limit. You will not have to go to a bank, show your collateral, basically show your deposits. You will be on the, in this particular app of UPI, you will be given a predefined credit limit that you will be able to use, okay, and it will be available all across all income basically categories. Second thing is basically, as I have already stated, that it is available through UPI, it will not be available through banks. Earlier, as I have stated, that when you had to get a loan from a bank, you had to go through a website or you will have to physically visit a bank. But here you will see that once you download a UPI app in your mobile phone and you link all your accounts with it, you will be given a predefined credit limit that you can spend in, that will be different from your deposits in the bank. Further, what does it say? What is the objective of this particular move? The move allows users to access this pre-approved loan, can be a path-breaking step towards formalizing 2/3 of 30 million UPI user base to credit products. As we know from this statistics that there is a 30 million UPI user base basically which goes through a digital payments. Government and the RBI wants to formalize this system and at least want that basically 2/3 of these users should have access to some sort of credit facility. What will happen with that is, when you will have access to credit, just give me a second, when you will have access to credit on a predefined basis, what will happen is it will promote the concept that is known as financial inclusion. As we know that as of now, many vulnerable, disadvantaged, economically weaker and poor section are not particularly included in the banking system, in the finance sector of the country, because finance and credit is not accessible to all and as well as it is not affordable to all. So through this move, government aims to promote financial inclusion and wants to make the credit process hassle free. Now we will see how this thing works. See, according to the NPCI has Basic Payment Corporation, that has also been covered in our last classes. So you can go through that. What is NPCI? It states that 99% of the UPI users are linked to their bank accounts. Okay, as we know, it works on your mobile. It is a app. So what will happen is, pre-sanctioned loans would be akin to kind of personal loans, the kind of loan that you get when you go through a bank website, or a loan basically that you go and avail from a physical branch. So it will be akin to that of a personal loan, where end use is not strictly defined on the basis of some collateral or on the basis of some deposit. Bank gives you a particular defined loan, and then it is up to you how you want to spend that amount, whether you want to use it for productive activity or you want to use it for unproductive activity. Similarly, the kind of pre-sanctioned loan that you will get here in the UPI app will also be basically not strictly defined, but instead of availing it through the bank website, it can be done through the UPI app. It will be predefined. Okay, some sort of credit facility. What is the meaning of predefined here? That when you go to a bank, on the basis of collateral or on the basis of your deposit, bank will decide that how much amount you will be getting as a loan. For example, you asked for a 5 lakh loan and bank gave you a loan of 3.5 lakhs. Okay, but here in the UPI app, it will be pre-sanctioned on the basis of your credit history, some sort. For example, if your credit history states that you should be given a credit of 1000 rupees, then this 1000 rupees will be basically pre-sanctioned. You will not have to visit a bank. And government argues that for safety reasons, what happens is, people use UPI, people use digital payments, but they do not keep very high amounts. They do not keep very high amounts in their bank accounts, because they are fearful of cyber thefts, then phishing. Due to these reasons, basically they keep a minimal account in their banks that is basically usable for their day-to-day activities. When this pre-sanctioned loans will be granted, okay, what will happen is, it may tempt the users to widen their usage. They will widen the usage of basically UPI, as well as basically they will be keeping a high amounts in their bank. And when high amounts will be kept in the bank, it will make maintenance cost low for the banks. So that is what will be happening with it. That is how it will be working. Moving forward, okay, there has been also concerns that have been highlighted, or some confusion, some sort of confusion is there with respect to this. It is stated that when the RBI has already allowed the users overdraft facilities, that what is overdraft facility? That you had 1000 rupees in your account, but when you spent it, the RBI allowed to basically use 100 or 200 rupees extra, okay, even if it is not in your bank account. Then why is the need of such pre-sanctioned loan? It is basically similar to overdraft facility, but it is stated that overdraft facility is not something that bank gives it to all the customer. It is only given to very credit worthy or basically rich customers, whereas pre-sanctioned loans are widely available across all income segments. This facility will be available to every individual, and overdraft facility is only available for credit worthy customers. Now, it is also stated that, is this a quasi credit card? We all know what is a credit card. Okay, bank gives you basically a limit to spend something as you want and then return it by the end of the month or after 30 or 40 days. See, credit card can be swiped any n number of times till the limit is reached. For example, if your limit is 10,000 rupees, you can use it as per your convenience. Okay, you spent it 1000 first time, then 2000 next time, then 5000 next time. It is upon your convenience that how you want to swipe the card as per your needs. But with pre-sanctioned loans, it has not been defined if banks would allow customers to dip into limits multiple times, because it is to be seen that whatever pre-sanctioned credit history or the basically amount that has been given to the customer, it is allowed that basically that amount has to be spent in once, that you can only use this facility only for only once in a month, or you can basically avail this in a multiple times like a credit card, because it is seen that allowing the customers multiple times to go through this pre-sanctioned loans, it may not be cost effective for the bank. So we will see that how this thing particularly works out in the future. Now moving forward, some concerns have also been highlighted with respect to this particular thing, with respect to its functioning. It is stated that this pre-sanctioned loans by default means giving a customer loan based on credit history as assessed by the bank. I have already told you, when basically you get a loan, it means that you will be getting a loan on the basis of credit history that will be assessed by bank whether you are a credit worthy customer or not, over the tenure of a relationship that happens between a bank and a customer. But with the UPI, getting a pre-sanctioned loan through a UPI rather than through the bank, it goes against the logic, because banks extend their loans to their existing customers on the basis of some deposits or on the loan business. So this basically facility is not available with respect to the UPI. And with respect to UPI, as we have already seen, the deposits of the customers are already basically very low because of the security concerns. When we all know that the deposits are not of high amount, then on what basis the consumer or the customer will be given a loan? Whereas when you go to a physical bank or to the website of a bank, you get a loan on the basis of your deposit or on the basis of your loan business. There is some kind of security that you have to keep with the particular bank, but that thing is basically totally absent here. So it is stated that these loans will be priced on customer rather not on the product. As I already stated earlier, the loans and basically the loans that are given by the bank are on the basis of some deposit, so it is on the basis of product. But here, as we know, deposits are not of high amount, okay, and it is given to every individual, so the loans will be priced on the basis of the customer. But experts have highlighted their concerns that in the current market conditions across all retail products, banks are increasingly pricing the product and not the customer. In the prevailing market scenario, basically loans are given out on the basis of product and not the customer, and this thing basically goes against the market trend. Whether this thing will be successful or will not be successful, so this we will see whether these concerns are addressed or not. Okay, how the kind of loan is basically loan is given, how that is repaid, how credit history is assessed, this thing needs to be seen out. Okay, so what we have seen is basically what is a pre-sanctioned loan, okay, then how it is different from a what is given by the bank, and how it will be given on the basis of UPI, how it will work, what are the concerns. And now we will move to our question, basically prelims question. The question is again with respect to UPI. You will have to consider the following statements. Okay, that thing is missing here, just give me a second. You have to consider the following statements for UPI. Okay, these statements are in the context of UPI. First statement is that UPI is a payment system that is developed by National Payment Corporation of India. That is the first statement. Okay, second statement is it is regulated by the Ministry of Finance, and third is it is a system that powers multiple bank accounts into a single mobile application, merging several bank features. In the starting of our class also, I gave you a statement that what is UPI. UPI basically merges several bank accounts into a single app system based system. So this statement can be said that it is correct. So on the basis of these things we can say that we have three options, 3, B, C and D. Now it is a payment system that has been developed by the NPCI. We discussed it in our one of the last classes. So 1 and 3 is also correct. Now what is the basically problem here? Problem is with respect to the second statement, that it is regulated by Ministry of Finance. In paper you may get confused due to pressure that yes, UPI is related to economics and Ministry of Finance is a apex body that regulates all the things, but it is not the case. It is regulated by RBI. So in that context 1 and 3 are the statements that are correct. So that will be all from my side. Thank you.